Good morning. It's currently 5:50 on Saturday, January 31st, and it's the end of the month. This is the first monthly update video of 2026. I'm going to try to split this video up into what I did last month and what I plan to do in February, and basically how those things relate to my yearly goals. A month ago, I did my January 1st video where I announced my 25 goals for 2026. As part of that, I'm having to do lots of things every month, and I did a lot of stuff this month, so let's start on that. My primary goal is still weight loss. Last year I didn't really lose any weight. In fact, I gained a little bit of weight. So I went back into fully tracking calories. I was shooting for 2,200 calories a day. If I eat at that level, that should get me at right around 5 pounds per month lost. I averaged 2,389 calories per day over the past 4 weeks, which is a little bit over what I planned, but it lines up exactly with my weight loss. So I lost 4.5 pounds in January. Not quite the 5 pounds I was shooting for, but makes total sense with going a little bit over that 2,200 calorie goal. It's reassuring to know that tracking calories still works, and I'm probably pretty close on what I'm shooting for on my goal, considering I went a little bit over the goal and I came a little bit under the goal for weight loss. If I can continue that for the rest of the year, I'll be in good shape. So that's going as expected, pretty good. Better than last year already. The other major goal I've been shooting for is making these videos. I have a goal again to do 12 videos this year. And one of the modifications to that goal is that I also want to do 6 videos that aren't in my house. These update videos typically are just in this room, and I want to do some videos that are out in the real world. I made one change that I think will help with that, which is that I bought this lav mic, which means I don't need this. I bought these lav mics. They're only like $100, and they pair up with my camera very easily. It's awesome. And I think they sound pretty good. If you watch my last video where I did some weightlifting, I was using this mic that whole time, and I think it sounds pretty good. And it lets me walk around, and I don't need to hold anything. Here's what the little case looks like. This is the other one with a windsock. There's actually a receiver in there for if you want to record to a cell phone, or I think you can also hook it up to like a fancier camera. So while I didn't record any new videos that are outside of the house, it's still really cold. I did get an extra video in, so that's a little bit closer to my 12 video goal. And I got a little practice with these mics and got some experience for how they sound and how to hook them up and everything. The other thing I showed in that video is my lifting setup. I bought a Rogue SML2, I'm pretty sure it's called. I bought it because it has a pull-up bar, but also so I can start lifting. So I have my pull-up bar now, so that's one goal knocked off the list. I now only have 24 goals that I need to finish before the end of the year, which is cool. And that's also going to help me get to my learn how to lift goal. I started doing a really simple lifting training plan a couple weeks ago. When I released that video, I was starting a lifting routine that involves 2 workouts, an A and a B. You switch those off every couple days. I've been doing the 3-day-a-week method, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So far it's going good. I haven't hurt myself yet, and I've upped the weight a little bit. You're supposed to add weight every single time. I'm not going to say I'm learning to lift yet until I get some actual instruction. So at some point this year, I want to get out to see a trainer or somebody who knows what they're doing and can show me what I'm doing wrong, basically, before I do hurt myself. Back on the weight loss topic for a moment, one of the other goals that I progressed on this month was coming up with 6 new recipes. I have, I think, like 2 or 3 recipes stored in my calorie tracking app, and I really only use one of them. So in order to help facilitate weight loss and still allow myself to eat more things every once in a while, I want to get some more recipes in that app. So I created a new recipe this month, just a really basic turkey chili. It's pretty much all just canned ingredients except for, I think, like garlic and jalapenos. I'll stick up the screenshot of what that looks like in the app. The only downside to this recipe I found is that it's actually really low calorie. The whole thing, I would say it makes like 4 to 5 servings, and it's less than 2,000 calories. I might change it up here and there, make it with beef, I'm not really sure, but it's tasty, it's good. I have put it over rice once or twice just to get more calories in, yeah, that's one easy to make recipe. Okay, next thing on the docket is reading. So I have a goal to read 12 of the fattest books I own. I read this book, Empire of AI. It's very good. You should definitely read it. Basically talks about how OpenAI started and all the controversies with it, all the horrible things they did with people in third world countries, and how fucking crazy all the people who run the company are. It was a great book. I learned a little bit about pacing. I did an hour a day for the first few days, and it was very clear that I didn't need to read that much to finish the book over the month. But after I stopped that regular pace of reading, I kind of got behind because I would just read a little bit and I say, oh, that's probably enough. And I wasn't really keeping track of how much I needed to read until about halfway through the month when I realized I was a little bit behind. So at that point I had to schedule out and determine like, okay, I need to read a chapter a day. These days I'll read 2 chapters, etc. Going forward, I'm going to try to calculate that ahead of time and just get an idea of the pace I need to go at the start of the month so that I know if I'm ahead or behind at any point in the month. I also have a goal this year to not drink at home, or at least not buy any alcohol to drink at home. Maybe that could open up some loopholes. The one loophole I have pre-planned is for brewing beer. We'll get to that in a sec. I didn't drink at home this month. It was fine. It was easy. I did drink at a couple of dinners, went out for people's birthdays, had a few drinks that time, and then had a little get-together at a friend's house, had a few drinks that time. Probably had 6 or so drinks this month, which was a lot less than I normally would have and was not a significant contributor to my monthly calories, so that's cool. Gonna keep that going. I did plan to brew beer this month, which is the one caveat I'm giving myself on the drinking at home thing. If I brew it, I'm gonna allow myself to drink it. Didn't get around to that. I noticed I was missing a few things, so I had to make a couple orders. I think I have all the stuff I need to brew next month. Finally, I have a concrete fitness goal this year, which is to do 5,000 push-ups. That one I did calculate ahead of time how many I need to do per month, which is, I've written down somewhere, 417. If I do 417 push-ups every month, I'll hit 5,000 by the end of the year. That works out to about 30 push-ups every other day. So that's exactly what I did. I was very sore for about the first week, but that went away pretty quickly. When I first started, I could do about 10 at a time. I think I'm up to being able to do about 15. Definitely getting stronger in that regard, and I think I'm getting better at the form. When I first started, I got like a weird tugging sensation in my left elbow, and I think it was just like the placement of my hands was kind of weird because I played around with that a little bit and it feels more comfortable now. There's something wrong with my left wrist. When I go down and push on that hand, it hurts sometimes. So I saw a recommendation that you can use just some plates under your palms to kind of elevate your palm a little bit. And I think that does help a lot too. So I've been doing that as well. But in general, based on my experience this month, I don't think it's going to be too hard to hit the 5,000 push-ups goal. Especially as I get stronger, I think I'll be able to do more than 30 push-ups every other day. I don't think that one's going to be too much of a challenge to finish before the end of the year. So that's pretty much it for January. Let's talk about next month. Next month, I'm going to be reading this book, Character Limit. This is about how Elon Musk destroyed Twitter. This is a book that I'm borrowing from my dad, who is borrowing permanently from my uncle. I have to give that back eventually, but I'm going to try to read that this month. I think it's a little bit longer than Empire of AI, and it's a similar kind of current day tech news type book, which I don't really read a whole lot of those books, so this is kind of interesting to get into these. I'll let you know how that one goes, and as I said, I'm going to calculate ahead of time what pace I need to be reading at roughly, so I know if I'm on track to finish by the end of the month. I don't want to end up where I'm trying to cram in the last couple chapters like I did this month. One thing I kind of stepped back from a little bit in January was training on a bike. I was in the middle of a training plan on Trainer Road, but because I started lifting, I kind of took a break from that. I've only done a couple rides here and there. I want to get back into doing probably at least 2 rides a week. The lifting program that I'm doing actually recommends doing 2 cardio or conditioning days a week as well. So I guess I'll consider the bike trainer days those days. As I mentioned before, I also want to start brewing my beer this month. I have 3 batches that I want to brew this year. It takes like a month sometimes from start to finish when you begin brewing to when you can have the beer. Because a couple of the brews that I have are kind of cold weather styles, kind of want to get those started. I think I'm going to make the porter. That might be a good opportunity for another video, but I'm not really sure that'll be a very interesting video. That said, I didn't think that lifting video was going to be interesting either, and that got a ton of views. It seems like YouTube put that on people's homepages or something. That is by far my most viewed video now, so who knows, maybe I'll just do a dumb brewing video and people will go crazy for it. Probably not though, we'll see. Another thing I want to get started on is writing an app. I have a couple ideas. One of the ideas I have is very minimal, which I think is good because that makes it easier to ship, but it might be small enough that I won't really feel like it counts as shipping an app. So we'll see. I want to at least get started this month, get a repository up there, and maybe get the skeleton of a project that I can start throwing stuff into. I think I might also get out into some of the local brew pubs, do some coding out in the world. That might be a way to get out of the house and be able to still drink a couple beers, not buy beer for home. We'll see. And then the other thing I want to get started on is writing some of these songs. I have my practice amp out. I've been jamming a lot lately, but I haven't really started actually writing anything. So I'm going to try and get that process started. I don't know if I'm going to have anything recorded and ready to show by next month, but I want to at least get some ideas recorded. It's going to be good to get back into the writing mindset again. It's been a while since I've written a song. Aside from those things, I'm going to keep going on my goals that require constant work, weight loss, getting faster on the bike. I did a decent amount of research for some of the other goals, but it's not really enough to talk about in this video, so I'm not going to go into those details until they're more concrete. I am trying to think about all of my goals regularly. I have my little bingo card up on my whiteboard here. It's somewhere easy where I can see it. I also have it on my phone. Maybe that's crazy, I don't know, but I think that should at least help me keep those things in the top of my mind so I don't forget about my goals. Some of the goals are very weather dependent and I'm just not going to really get to right away. Things like bike pack adventure, I'm not bike packing in 10 degrees, that's crazy. Things like motorcycle trip, again, I'm not motorcycle riding in this weather. My motorcycle's all winterized. So some of the stuff I'm not really going to be able to talk about until it's warmer out. The things that I am able to work on, you can look forward to those next month. I think that's about it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click the like button, comment, and subscribe and all that fun stuff. I think that stuff is still important. Look forward to the next video. It might be the February end of month update. Might be something else entirely. I don't know yet. Stay tuned, stay subscribed, stay woke. Jesus Christ. Okay, we good? We're good. All right. Peace.